We're 15 k's east of Edenhope, and Edenhope's about 35 k's off the South Australian border in the far west of Victoria. We've been in Dohnes now for about 10 years, so it's a self-replacing Dohne enterprise as the base, and we join about 4,500 ewes. What we've seen over the merino, self-replacing merino enterprise is about a 15% lift, 15 to 20% lift in lambing percentages, a lot higher lift in actual scanning rates, less dry ewes, and I think the breath of fresh air is running the Dohne ewe weaners through their first 12 months of life. They're just so easy care, their constitution is so good, and their growth rates compared to the self-replacing traditional merinos. Our maiden ewes are always a good body size, good body weights, join up well. The management of Dohnes is just so much better and easier than merinos. Probably less hand feed has to go down their throat. Firstly, where our lambing percentage was, I could see a rise in fertility and maternal instinct when I was reading about the breed, and then also the carcass. So I had to look at the Dohne through Dohne eyes and not merino eyes. And a lot of people, when they first saw Dohnes, looked at them through merino eyes and saw them cutting less wool. I just thought it was quick. After 2 or 3 years, we could quite easily see, a kilo of wool less, but 1,000 ewes cutting a kilo of wool less at $8 a head, you've lost $8,000. But if they've lambed 15 to 20% more lambs at sort of $80 to $100, you could be anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 better off with those 1,000 ewes.
Probably the biggest thing, Dohnes were the first breed in Australia that brought in ASBV. Now, especially probably the merinos are now jumping on board, but we've been looking at measurements like that for 15 years, ever since we went into them. So now we're seeing we can get really big genetic gain from buying in the top 20%. Yeah, we can see a big lift in growth weights in our lambs, and also probably just finding down the flock more. We're starting to see a lot more even when we come through and class out young ewes. And the biggest thing in the future will be measurement. Probably gone are the times where you can just sort of float through farming and just get by. Like now, it's just such a big profit driver. Is meat per hectare, wool cut per hectare.
So fellas, as well as running a self-replacing Dohne flock, you also run a crossbreeding flock as part of your commercial operation?
Yes, the selection pressure we put on the Dohnes, we probably class out around 35% each year, and we retain them on the property and join them to Border Leicesters to make a more elite first cross ewe rather than traditional merino Border Leicester ewe, and that has given us some selling advantages there also.
Yeah, the last 3 years now, December sale, we've especially with our ewe lambs, they really stand out. Repeat buyers have been buying them for the last 3-4 years, and they see a good lift in lambing percentages and milking ability versus a merino, and also they find that the Dohne ewes are a bit more maternal, so they've seen in the paddock themselves that they'll fight off foxes. They'll look after their lambs a lot better. Just the mothering instincts a lot stronger with a Dohne versus a merino. Yeah, so they're really happy.
Well, fellas, thank you very much for your time. It's a cold and windy day here, but we'll go out and try and film some nice looking sheep now.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks a lot.